Well, in this video, I'm just going to say some lies or misrepresentations theists will say. And this is, of course, theists as in Christians, Muslims, and all the others. There's some common lies. First off, I'm trying not to show my face in too many more videos because, well, if you see my other videos, you know what I'm talking about. I'm kind of, ugly. But anyway, let's go ahead. Some of the common lies that you will hear from theists. One of them is they took prayer from school. You hear that in 1964? They took prayer from public schools. Prayer from schools. You can't pray. You can't bring your Bible. You can't bring this book. You can't pray in school. That's a bunch of crap. You can still pray in school. You can still bring your Bible. When I was in school, I used to see people bring Bibles in school. I saw people around the American flag, and this I'm talking from someone from the United States. For those of you in other countries, you probably don't hear this, but in the United States we hear this a lot. They removed prayer from schools, and as I'm trying to say, you would see people praying around flag poles and stuff in schools, and no one cared. No one cared. The school I went was predominantly Jewish. And we had a bunch of Christians bringing Bibles, having it on their desk, reading it, praying in class, and praying at the flag. None of the Jewish students cared. None of the atheist students cared. Nobody cared. All they changed was that the teacher cannot enforce their religion. They cannot lead the school, or your teacher cannot lead the class in prayer. Can you imagine if a Muslim teacher would all of a sudden lead a class in prayer? These Christians would really lose their crap if someone did that. Well, that's why they do not allow, the teachers to lead the class in prayer. And of course, the Bible can be read as literature. It is literature. It's actually, in my opinion, it's actually pretty good. I actually enjoy reading the Bible. I've read it so many times when I was a Christian, and I've read it so many times since I've been an atheist. It's actually very good. I love the mythology. It's right up there with Greek and Roman mythology. Mythology is actually Norse mythology, all that. That's pretty good. I have books of Norse mythology, Greek, Roman mythology. It's actually pretty good. Another one you hear is evolution is just a theory. Evolution is just a theory. These people really need to look up what a theory is, because a scientific theory does not mean what they think it means. And do you really think that some preacher who's never taken a science class knows more about science than a scientist? How many Christian channels do you see where some Christian is talking about evolution and they have no clue what they're talking about and they want to debunk evolution? Come on. Another one is, you can't be moral without God. Well, first off, which God? The Muslim God, the Christian God, the Catholic God, the Jewish God, the Hindu gods? Which one? And second off, let's face it, just pretty much everybody is much more moral than any of these people in this book. Moses, Joshua, David. Come on. Those people are scumbags. They're murderers. They're cold-blooded killers. Come on. David wanted to murder somebody because the man did not want to give up a sheep or two. Come on. Murder someone for that reason. Are there any other common lies you hear from theists? Seriously, back on the morality, though. Do you really want to talk about the morality in the Bible? When I say theists, I mean all religions, but we're going to talk about the Bible, Judeo-Christian religion, Muslim. Of course, they have the Quran. I know, don't leave any comment, they have the Quran. Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, do you really want, think about it. If you follow what this book says, you will end up in prison real quick. Not to mention you'll be considered a psychopath. Of course, our founding fathers were Christian. No, this is a Christian nation. The United States is not a Christian nation. It's a secular nation. Nowhere will you find that the United States was a Christian nation. Most of the founding fathers were either deists or atheists claiming to be Christian, or some of them, one or two of them may have been actual Christians. And of course, Charles Darwin recanted on his deathbed. No, he did not. Even if he did, he's not an authority on evolution. Okay? In science, there are no authorities. Just because one scientist says something doesn't mean everyone's going to believe it. It's not based on hunches and gut feelings, you know. Science does not work that way. I really wish people would learn how science works. It's not like this book that can be interpreted so many different ways. Your pastor will tell you what to believe in this book. Now, obviously, I won't cover every common misconception and lies that you'll hear from a theist, because obviously I'm not going to remember all of them, and some of them are so funny, it's just funny. I mean, it's just amazing. And as I was saying, you know, sorry about this, I'm trying to think about some more. I should have wrote them down. I thought I did, but looks like I didn't. All I wrote was the prayer and evolution, because those are the most common you'll hear. Is they remove prayer from school and evolution, and of course the morality. And really, we don't want to even discuss Christian morality. And let's face it, though, you know, they said without God you can't be moral. Morality comes from God. You know, what do atheists have their morality based on? They can just change their morality. You know, let's think about that now. Okay, if there's no God, you can do whatever you want. The human race would go extinct pretty freaking quick. Even wild animals don't just do whatever the hell they want. You don't see a lion just killing every zebra in sight because they would starve to death. If humans did everything they wanted, we would go extinct pretty quick. Can you imagine just murdering and raping just because you can get away with it? I mean, come on. You'd end up in prison. You can't get away with it. You go to prison. Society would break down. And really, these people are telling you what they would do. If they knew for a fact that there was not a God, they're telling you this is the stuff they would do. That's exactly what they're trying to tell you. Not in so many words, but it is what they are telling you. Be very careful about, you know, people that try to tell you, well, if it wasn't for religion, we would have this and that and all this stuff and all this, and you know, and you hear them. Another one you hear is, well, Christians started the first hospitals, you know, and charities. Yeah, that may be true. That may be true. However, atheists do the same thing. They give to charity. They have charities. They have all these hospitals and all these things. Here's the difference. Atheists do it out of the kindness of their hearts. Theists do it because they're trying to bring people into their religion, whether it's Islam or Christianity or whatever. And yes, I'll admit, Islam at this point in time is the most violent, evil religion. I will admit to that. At this point in time, 2016, September 14th, Islam is the most violent, vile religion of all of them. It just is today. Of course, you know, you hear, well, without God, you can't be happy. I'm happier since I became an atheist. Sorry about that. Not true. There's a lot you can't do when you're a Christian compared to when you're not a Christian. You can have a whole lot more fun as not being a Christian. And of course, atheists have no hope beyond the grave, and they die. They believe that's it. There's no hope. They got nothing to say to comfort someone who's dying. Yeah, I agree. If someone's dying, there's not really much you can say. It's like, hey, sorry, you know, if you're gone, you're gone. That's it. That's true. That's not very comforting. I agree with you. That's why we're stronger than a theist. We can accept that. We know, well, since life is going to end, I better treat the people around me with respect and try to get, you know, show them as much as I can how much I love them, how much I care about them. A theist, well, we got the next world. We'll be together then. I'll tell Uncle Frank when I see him again that I love him. He'll know I loved him because he's in heaven right now. Well, hate to tell you this. How about if Uncle Frank is in hell right now? Think about it. Well, anyways, that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you liked the video. Feel free to like, subscribe. Feel free to watch any of my other videos. Feel free to leave a comment. Thanks.